Do want to bring in Fox weather meteorologist Michael Estime to help break it all down. Good morning, Michael. I feel like the fact that we're already talking about a possible hurricane is pretty interesting.
Yeah, Josh, good morning to you. And you're right. The fact that in less than 24 hours, Josh, we're expecting for Tropical Storm Beryl to become a full-fledged Category 1 hurricane. So it's interesting, Josh, too, because this would literally be about 43 days early. Typically, we don't see our first hurricane until, say, August the 11th-ish or so. That's the first time we, on average, see our first hurricane. That's not the case this time around. Again, I think that by tomorrow, Beryl, with right now winds at about 60 miles per hour and its movement toward the west at 20 to 21 miles per hour, should become that hurricane. And Josh, it's not just a hurricane. Check out what happens as we project this as it heads toward the Lesser Antilles. So you think about places like Barbados, which currently is under a hurricane watch as we speak, and then the beautiful vacation and resort island of St. Lucia. Right behind that, we're expecting for Beryl to strengthen by the time we get to Monday morning. We're talking sustained winds upwards of 100 miles per hour with continued strengthening possible as it enters the open waters of the eastern parts of the Caribbean Sea. Winds up to 110 miles per hour. So that's some serious wind. We're talking Category 2 strength and intensity at the least. I'll show you another graphic here, Josh, in just a moment where some of our forecast models projecting that this thing could actually be a little bit stronger as it undergoes what could be a rapid intensification cycle. But look at the rain, even, beyond the wind. We're talking 3 to 6 inches of rain squeezed out in a really short period of time over the southern Lesser Antilles. So this is going to be a big issue rain-wise, wind-wise, and then you got the storm surge on top of that. National Hurricane Center saying upwards of 4 feet of storm surge possible in these locations. So friends and family that might be on a cruise ship, right? You're vacationing down this way. Beryl's going to ruin your vacation just to throw it out there, unfortunately, if you're traveling toward Barbados, Grenada. You can see that here, St. Lucia, Martinique, not too far away from it either. This wind field by Monday morning, that yellow that you're seeing here, that's between 50 and upwards of 100 miles per hour right around that center of circulation as that crisscrosses the Lesser Antilles into the Caribbean Sea. And Josh, if you look at this, another really popular vacation destination, a lot of Americans love traveling to Jamaica, right? Here's where Puerto Rico is, and here, of course, is where Haiti and the Dominican Republic is. It's the island of Hispaniola. This gets dangerously close to that island as well. Josh, this is what I was pointing out, and this is why we want folks to stick with Fox Weather really through this work week as we start things off, because this red zone here is our forecast for a Category 3 storm possible. And notice we have a number of forecast models that are suggesting a Category 3 hurricane could develop by the time we get to, say, Tuesday and perhaps even into Wednesday timeframe. So Tuesday, Wednesday, we consider a Category 3 hurricane a, quote, major hurricane. That could absolutely happen. And just to put this into reference for you, Josh, we typically don't see our first major hurricane until September the 1st. So we're way above schedule on all of this as that potential tropical storm eventually becomes a hurricane and possibly even a major hurricane by the time we get to Tuesday, Wednesday, and perhaps even into Thursday. Again, there's a lot of divergence at the end of our forecast model as to exactly where this is going to be in the next 10 days or so, but we can say with pretty good certainty that it's going to cross into the southern Lesser Antilles, into the Caribbean Sea, and perhaps it may fan up towards the up toward the north. That would impact possibly Miami. I think the better bet would be toward the Yucatan Peninsula. So you think about places like Cancun, Cozumel, we're talking to you. But Josh, just to put it out there, I mean, I know that you're very familiar with hurricanes and their effects. This could really be a big-time rainmaker, big-time wind maker, and big-time storm surge maker for our friends in the Lesser Antilles into this upcoming work week.
And I have to ask, because we are so early, so to speak, in the Atlantic hurricane season, and already this is what we are dealing with. So my question for you, does that give any kind of indication as to what this season is going to be like overall?
Josh, that's a wonderful question, and a simple answer is absolutely. We're expecting a way above average season. In fact, typically when it comes to the number of hurricanes and names, or I should say named storms that we see, it's about 14. The National Hurricane Center actually projecting upwards of like 20 to 25 named storms. So yeah, we're expecting that this Atlantic hurricane season is going to be, quote, hyper active. It is going to be very active, so it's really important that friends that live along the Gulf Coast, talking from Texas all the way to the Florida Panhandle, up both the west coast and east coast of Florida, and even up toward the Carolinas, need to make sure that now is the time that you get all of your necessary hurricane preps ready, because if this is going to be an active season like we're forecasting, well, you want to make sure that you're prepared. We mentioned the fact that the B-named Storm Beryl, which we're on now, we don't typically see that until July the 17th. Well, it's only, what, the 29th day of June. So already we're starting to see things begin to get much more active, much more quickly.
Yeah, we'll see how this plays out. Thank you so much, Michael Estime, meteorologist there at Fox Weather, one of my favorite people. I appreciate you taking the time to be here with us today.
Josh, always good to see you. You're one of my favorite folks, too, at LiveNOW. So thanks, I appreciate it. We'll catch up soon.
See you soon. All right, so I do want to bring this graphic up right here, because do remember that you can stream Fox Weather. It's always on, always free at foxweather.tv. You can stream it anywhere that you stream LiveNOW from Fox. And don't forget, while you're at it, download the Fox Weather app. Just head to the App Store, Google Play Store, type in Fox Weather, and hit that download button. You can use the radar to track storms just like this one.